darlings, and welcome to Digimon Ghost Gaze. This is the podcast where we're all taking a big sippy of juice and trying not to get eaten. I'm Emery, my pronouns are he, she, they.
I'm Morg, my pronouns are they, them.
And I'm Elvire, my pronouns are she, they. And today we have a Digimon Ghost guest.
Yeah, returning guest. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Spike. Pronouns? Well, what is a pronoun? Miserable little pile of secrets.
Valid.
That's a good description, honestly.
Yeah, I don't care what I'm called.
All right. So, this episode has vampires in it.
Yeah, it sure does. And it's immediately very obvious. Like, even before they start sucking blood, it's like, everything's red. I'm going to talk in this voice.
I'm a suave, hot man. People want to listen to me. It's like, I wonder what this is going to be.
I'm like,
Yeah, if a man approaches you in a candlelit room and he's wearing a red suit and calls himself Aviel, then you fucking know what's going on. You know what this is. It's vamps,
Especially with that voice.
I'm surprised he didn't just say, like, my name is Alucard. Like, all right, yeah,
Yeah. Be a little. Yeah, I'm not sure I get it yet. Could you please be a little more on the nose?
Hello, my name is Sanguini. Yes, so there's vampire Digimon and they really do be drinking blood.
They really do
Yeah.
be drinking blood. And
One of the vampire Digimon is a puppy?
it's a little doggo.
Pachepa is a good boy.
Puppy.
Yeah, he fucking says Pachepa is a good boy. This is an evil, bad vampire man, but he does love his puppy, and I can't fault him on that.
Can't fault him. It's so true.
Gotta have one redeemable quality, I guess.
Yeah, when I had first seen it, I was like, oh, are some of them going to be turned into werewolves instead? But, like, no.
No, the wolf is also a vampire.
Yes. But all these women, they're all women, as far as I know, are sitting around a table being shown their, like, pretty, like, red jewelry by this Aviel guy, and he starts, like, talking in, like, weird, like, poetry language. Like,
Oh yeah, no, he is like, this is apparently like some sort of product demo because like, oh, this is from our new line, and he's like full on flirting with these girls. They're into it.
they love it.
The amount of ahs we had to hear. So it really went ham on that.
They're all blushing and sighing. They're really hamming it up.
They are SV Platinum members, but I never figured out what SV stood for.
They say it. It's
I am
not write it
stupid.
down.
Okay.
no, I know.
Crimson Wind.
What was that?
Well, I said Crimson Wind is the English translation of it.
Yeah, the S word is it has something like it's like in Italian, but it pretty much means crimson wind. I can't remember the exact words, but
Oh, that might be why I forgot it. I can only do like one language at a time.
so
That's my limit.
so valid. But yeah, like they
Yeah,
all three women end up getting bitten by like the Alvier. Just the
Elvire, Elvire just bites them. That's what happens.
I'm sorry, Alvier. That's not what I was trying to say.
Oh no, my secret has been revealed. Actually, I'm the vampire.
Fuck me.
Wonderful.
Damn. All Europeans are vampires.
So
I've
true.
decided this just now.
It's true. I'm sorry. The secret's out. So Aviel Sama, call me just Aviel because I'm casual, gets a hold of one of these girls. It's so typical, like the whole shoulder touch and the leaning in, and it's like, if you didn't know what was gonna happen before she got bitten, then you're just not aware of what vampires are. I did think it was funny that, like, two of these girls get, like, a hot guy who caresses them and then bites, and one of them just gets the dog.
The dog just bites her leg. Pretty
there
good.
are 4 vampires there.
There's a very strange short vampire guy that
Oh no.
weird.
Yeah,
We've never seen that one.
there's a little guy with a funny hat on, so we can't see his face. I wonder who this could be.
And he's an upset hunky boy.
He didn't get any of the funny blood.
He didn't get any of the funny blood.
It's so sad. The other girls turn into vampires and robotically walk away. Is that how I should describe what they do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like have, at first they just look like they've been, like, their eyes are just like, they have like blood vessels and stuff. They don't really look vampire-y until we see pictures of them later.
Mm-hmm. And I thought it was a cool scene when one of them like holds up the earring and it breaks apart and then like blood falls on the floor, and I thought, wow, that's a genuine good horror scene. I like seeing that.
Yeah. Turns out, I guess they just made, like, diamonds out of blood?
I think so.
I guess.
They never explain this. Like, it's never explained what the products are. It's just for show.
It doesn't show the products bursting into blood later. It's just the jewelry that does this, as far as I remember.
This was just for some added scene setting in case we weren't completely aware of what just happened.
Just in case.
Yeah, I definitely feel like they probably had some studio notes about, like, when they could show blood in these scenes, because we don't see, like, any of, like, the blood from, the actual bite wounds. Like, the vampires are all sexy licking their lips, but, like, there's no, like, visible blood on their mouths. They had to get some blood in their scenes, so I guess they were just like, okay, let's one of these diamonds is explodes into blood.
The thing is, I think you might be right.
Yeah, it was, like, so obvious they were drinking blood that I didn't even register the fact that we didn't actually see the blood come out. Like, that didn't... I saw this episode twice, and I still was like, oh, yeah.
Same.
Yeah, no, these vampires are very tidy about it. No spilling. No spilling the drinks.
Damn, I can't even do that with, like, a cup of water. I'd be slipping water all over myself.
Same, though.
I'm looking at my water glass that I'm about to put back in the puddle that I made. And I just put it down. I'm like, I would make a bad vampire, actually.
It's fine. Is this when it just, like, cuts, like, to Ruli, like, showing her little invitation to SV. Wow.
She's an influencer.
She's a fucking influencer.
She's showing off. Like, you can't interpret this any other way. She's showing off to her friends. She's bragging like, oh, I got an invite. Even though I'm not, like, the biggest fan, but I'm still gonna go. That's what happens.
I would too. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I was an influencer and there was, like, some motherfucker I hadn't really heard of, but I was like, oh, he's famous and not, like, a scammer, like, I'm gonna go. Yeah. I would also be turned into a vampire. It's fine.
I really love how much Ruli throughout the show is just, if she's having fun with something, she loves it. Otherwise, she does not give a damn.
Yeah. She knows what she likes, except that she doesn't until she tries it, and we respect her for that.
I did write down, because these girls were like, oh, I heard the CEO is hot. And I wrote down, miss me with that 50 Shades of Grey shit.
Yeah, God, so true.
I don't want the teens to be in love with a CAO at all, even if he's hot.
Really was like,
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about this guy at all. And
He was like, I'll go, but it's only because I'm wondering what it means, a dessert market. What is that? Why are they into that now? Because it's a different product. She's being invited for a different product showing. It's no longer earrings, it's desserts.
It's desserts for her. We do see another scene later of people being shown like perfume. It seems like this company just does a whole bunch of different stuff, and they always have like influencer women come in. As far as I can tell, it's all.
Mm-hmm.
But and Goromon like overhears her talking about this and is like, weird that it's all like blood themed. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And I'm like, do you not have goths in the digital world? Like, I don't. Like, you clearly do, first of all. We see some in this episode.
To be fair, if like a fucking luxury brand was obsessed with blood, I think that would at least be like, that would at least, raise concerns for some people, you know?
Fair enough.
I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't think about it. If I had a company like that right next to my door, I'd be like, yeah, that's the weird Goth building. Don't
Yeah, you know what?
question it.
If nothing else, it would be like, why do they think goths have so much money?
Yeah, that's what I would be I was like,
Have you seen their fashion? It's expensive.
most of the goths I know are like kind of working class, so they like make their own fancy shit or whatever. But,
Oh, those are the real ones.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll say it differently, and I'll say if I had a fancy building like that next to me, and I'd say, oh, those are the weird sellout goths.
Damn, Hot Topic just moved in next to me. Fuck.
God, we'll talk about this fucking building
It's
later.
crazy. It's insane.
Great, it's great.
There's a puppy watching.
Yeah, the puppy watching. I forgot the dog watches this early. Like,
I think that the dog watches Kyosho and Hiro, but not Ruli, right?
no, I think it
No,
watches
no,
both.
it's-
Oh, this puppy's everywhere, and I'm
Puppies
blind.
everywhere. Cause
Good boy doing good recon.
Yeah, it's good recon. Oh, I would give him so many pets for spying on my victims.
He deserves all the treats.
Cause they know later that like all three of these kids have Digimon partners, so
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, like he spies on them when Ruli's talking, he spies on them when Angoromon later goes to Hiro and Kirishiro and all of them and stuff, and is like, yeah, I'm a little suspicious of this shit for some reason. I don't know. All this blood theme shit is kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
And Goromon's sus, and he's actually right to be.
Mm-hmm. And Goromon is correct. Because I think while this is between the two scenes, so we have Ruli talking to her friends, and then we have Kyosho and Hiro. Between those two scenes, we get those three girls who are being introduced to the perfume line who get bitten, and one of them actually attacks another person out in the woods.
Yeah, they're spreading their vampirism.
It was 4 women this time.
People, it's 4, I can't even count.
Yeah, because all 4 of them got bitten by the 4
Yeah,
characters.
right.
But only 3 leave.
I didn't even notice that.
I was not counting. I'm gonna be real honest.
I didn't even know how many girls there were. This feels like my math homework, and I'll be failing that. I did notice that he called them his daughters, and I was like, damn, all the vampire tropes are in this episode.
So true.
If Dracula has 3 wives,
Dracula does have 3 wives.
I said that like I was about to do a word problem, like I was about to turn it into a word problem, but I don't know. I didn't have an end to that bit. There's no second part.
I could drop in with I've been following his story on Tumblr and I think he might be gay.
Me too.
Oh.
Based on how Tumblr is reacting to these letters, I think Dracula might be gay.
He's gay, but he also has 3 wives. This makes sense. If you read the story, it makes sense.
This man said I need 3 beards.
Sometime it be that way.
Yeah, sometimes you're just that gay.
Everyone loves to read about poor little Meow Meow, Jonathan. He's sending his emails every day in Dracula Daily. Yes. It's actually, I've never read, like, the actual book of Dracula, so it's nice to just get these, like, small chunks a little bit at a time.
Same.
To be honest.
Same. But this vampire is not housing anyone. He kicks them out the moment.
He kicks them out, so
they
true.
get here.
I mean, he is a CEO.
This is a one-night stand only vampire. I guess you need all sorts.
Mm-hmm.
So also important to mention, all the girls who are getting vampire-fied, like they all have, you know, a little vet following them around. And yeah, if you're familiar with Vamdemon, then you know you'll recognize these as like the little vets he summons to do his attacks. So
if you're more familiar with the dub, you might know him as Matadormon. So he's a very
true.
He's a very important Digimon in like the first season. That's the only reason I was like, he's also Matadormon. Yeah,
this is one of the big villains from Adventure, who also comes back at the end of 02 for no reason.
Yeah, yeah.
He wants to feel included.
We also see like these women like they're like Instagram, they're like media change. They're like obsessed with SV after they've gone to their little meetings and got vampified and
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jellymon loves this. She is respecting her fellow girl bosses.
I also wrote that, like, Angoramon is like, I think it's fishy. And Jellymon's like, no, this is business, my man. You should respect that.
Yeah, she's like, I found a working pyramid scheme. I'm into it.
She's taking notes. I'm very worried about the next one.
Oh,
do you think Jellymon wants to become one of the influencers for this company? She is very interested in their business strategy.
I really think she's taking notes. I think she's gonna make her own very similar pyramid scheme where people turn into, I guess, jellyfish.
It'll be blue themed.
She doesn't want to be an influencer. She wants to be the CEO.
Yeah, true. You know, she's gonna make a rival business where instead of blood themed, it'll just be jelly themed, strawberry jelly. You know,
ocean themed, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
If we're going with blue shit.
She sells little buckets of electricity. They're not batteries. It's just marketed as little buckets of electricity.
What the fuck? I don't even know what that means.
I feel like if you buy that, you're the idiot. That's your fault. You got what you think you paid for.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure what you'd be doing with that.
I think after this, so they meet up, the dog has been spying, and then after this, one of Hero's friends, who hasn't shown up enough for me to remember his name, it was something with an N, Nomura?
His name is Nomura, but in my notes I only refer to him as this bitch who I hate.
showed up so much in the beginning, and now Hiro has completely forgotten about him, much like we did.
Hiro found a better friend group that doesn't have this guy in it.
True.
Nomura about to become like the Kento and the two people we don't like from Tamers. He about to become them. That I can't even remember the names.
He apparently follows all these influencers because that's the kind of person he is. And he makes weird comments about how it's a shame you can see their faces.
Yeah.
Didn't know if that was a mistranslation or if he really didn't want to see these people's faces.
You know, I was more focused on the background Gammamon.
Gammamon is very good.
He brushes teeth.
And he says things, and Nomura has to be like, that's very advanced for a hologram.
Yes. He's like, I'm hungry. And Nomura's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. The Hiro's really just abandoning all caution with Gammamon. It's just like fucking everyone knows that this little guy can eat and interact physically with things, which holograms shouldn't be able to do.
I love it. I love
advanced.
I love that he just gave up on... Gammamon keeps failing the stealth rolls, so Hiro has decided to go with persuasion instead.
Yeah, yep. I was gonna say he does some like charisma shit instead. I mean, you can't say no to Gammamon, to be honest.
True. We do get the funny bit where Nomura offhandedly says, haha, they kinda look like vampires, and Kyoshiro comes into the scene like, the fuck you just say? Vampires? Fuck no.
Yeah, Kyoshiro shows up just to be scared of vampires.
It's so funny, he's not in the rest of this scene. His cue to enter the scene is when he hears vampires.
Right, yeah. He's just there to be scared. And it's like, alright, well, you've succeeded. Also, like, everyone's like, vampires aren't real. And it's like, well, they are, actually. At least in this universe, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are they really vampires?
I mean,
vampire, they're different, but they're still vampire. You know, like
He very much implies later on that the vampire myth stems from Digimon.
Right. That's why. So it's like it's real in the sense of like this is as real as it's gonna be, I guess.
Yeah, true.
In this universe, but
I think we get to the next scene then, which is Ruli already in the building, and we start outside where the boys are doing a stakeout, I guess.
mm-hmm.
Which it starts with the amazing quote that Angoramon says, Ruli says she's too smart to be scammed.
Ruli says she's immune to propaganda.
That's one hell of a quote.
She's too smart to be scammed by companies. And I'm like, damn, I wish that were me.
I want this superpower. How do I get it?
Yeah. I mean, she does have the, advantage over the rest of the influencers in that she's not simping super hard for the CEO. She's going in with that.
She's like, this dude's not hot. And I was like, damn, lesbian energy. But also, like, I get it.
No, this dude isn't hot. Like, even in my anime standards, he looks...
He's fine.
Exactly like what anime tries to convince me is hot, but I don't fall for it. I am also too smart to be scammed by hot anime boys. That's the falsest thing I've ever said.
I was gonna say, well, he's not hot in this form, but...
he gets an upgrade later. Angoramon doesn't trust this at all and doesn't trust this stakeout, I guess, because he goes off on his own, flying around the building.
This building is insane. Didn't you want to talk about the building, Emery?
Yeah, it's like this fucking cylindrical building. It's like all the windows are lit up red. It's got like a fucking digital display with like the SV logo on it, super huge, and it's got like kind of like this crisscross. It would be the worst fucking building ever to live next to, you know? It is big and glowing and red, and it is just the most standy. And how did the vampires get this building?
I have a theory.
Yeah.
This castle is a creature of chaos and can take many forms.
God
It's
damn
Castlevania.
Oh my god, if I woke up and that building was next to me suddenly, I'd be fucking pissed. But also, I wouldn't be able to question it, because it'd be like, there's no way they built that in a day. I must have just looked over it until they turned the lights on.
Yeah. You, like, convince yourself. Yeah, for sure.
Also, there must have been, like, some even if the vampires, like, took over this building from an existing business and, like, did all the fucking did all the fucking custom lighting themselves, there must have also been some construction involved, because what kind of, like, fucking modern city skyscraper has a goddamn coliseum on the roof?
Yeah, exactly.
You'll see it later, but they have thrones. They have thrones for themselves. These boys are so extra.
They're so extra.
Just imagine what it must have been like to be a contractor on this building. Just imagine how much they're getting paid to not ask questions.
Or they could be just, like, have turned them into vampires. Like, I don't know.
Oh, true.
They could have been all, like, I don't know. I mean, it's weird. Like, I don't know if this is anything. It's just because of how, like, the episode was set up or whatever, but, like, all the influencers have been women, but we don't know, like, necessarily if they all, either that or they're all women contractors, which is also fucking fair.
I wouldn't put it past this series to say, well, we all know that vampires are kind of erotic, so it can only be women, because otherwise people might think Vandermon is gay.
I'm like, have you seen him?
Imagine if people look at Vandermon and think he might be gay.
They would never put a character in Digimon who you think is gay.
Never.
Nope. No.
I'm imagining Vandermon standing on a rainbow now.
God.
They would never put two boys in Digimon who can feel each other's heartbeats.
They wouldn't.
God. God. Okay.
Anyway, Ruli sits on a chair with two adult women next to her, because Ruli is literally the only child invited to this.
She's baby. She's so small compared.
They offer wine, and Ruli's immediately like, and they're like, we've got soft drinks.
Excuse me, I'm baby?
I'm baby.
No,
I'm baby.
There's a bigger baby.
True.
Because they got this mofo a high chair so he can sit at the big boy table.
God.
It's a baby chair.
God, imagine you're at a fucking product reveal for a luxury brand and they just got this little shitty guy in a high chair.
A motorized high chair.
Why is no one asking about this?
I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, it's just interesting that no one else has questioned it before, really. Who's like, he has to hear his voice first of all. But, like, yeah, they do try to offer her, like, a soft drink, like a pomegranate soft drink, but like she hears the voice of someone she recognizes in the high chair. Who is it? It's Dracumon.
It's Dracumon, and we get a very cool trauma flashback to when Dracumon tried to erase Ruli.
Mm-hmm.
God.
No PTSD about it.
Yeah.
She's fine.
Yeah, we've been, we've been waiting for this guy to make a comeback for so long. It's been like, oh, Drakmon, he's going to be like one of the first recurring villains in the series. He went off to do more mischief at the end of episode 3. I wonder when he's going to come back and in what capacity. And oh, look, here he is. Oh, what a cool reveal. Oh, I wonder what it's
building up to. Oh, it sure does build up, doesn't it? But first we get Sanglupmon attacking Angoramon.
Yeah, and Goramon heard, about the whole vampire thing. He knows that Kyoshiro is worried about vampires, and now Angoramon is worried about vampires too. He has canonically read Twilight. He knows what they do to a girl.
Fuck. God damn it. He's canonically read Dracula, probably also. The puppy that we saw before turns into Sanglupmon, as you said, and runs down the building and starts attacking Goramon, and he's like, fuck. They're Digimon, of course.
Surprise!
Yeah, and when we see the puppy transform into Sanglupmon, like, one of those little bats flies away from it. So I sort of take that to mean that, like, the little bat was actually providing, like, Sanglupmon with the disguise. And we see the same thing when Matadormon transforms later.
Poor planned Digimon from last episode. They should have just waited a week.
Oh, so they could, like, have a bat and... Wow. Yeah.
That took me a minute.
Damn, so tragic.
Jesus.
I cannot remember the name of that Digimon, though.
This is where Drakumon starts to act all like, ooh, I want Rudy, I want this one, I want to get revenge.
Also very funny that Drakmon doesn't get, like, a proper disguise.
No.
He just has to wear a shitty little hat. He doesn't get a proper bat disguise.
He just gets a hat.
Is it this because he's too short? Is this because
I think it's
him?
It's because he's not on the same level.
Yeah, I think it's just because Vamdemon does not respect him in the slightest.
Yeah.
Aviel just has a look on his face of just, I am so sick of your shit.
Yeah.
He's like, no, you will drink my scraps and you will like it. You will not be drinking this little girl. I will be drinking this little girl. And then he kills him. Like, it's kind of that, like, there's, like, very little fanfare. Like, yeah, he turns into bats, but, like, compared to, like, what you'd expect from a character who were like, oh, maybe it's gonna be a reoccurring villain. No, he just gets turned into, like, bats and killed or something. Like, he just is gone. He's just gone.
Yeah, and we know that Vamdemon is, like, especially interested in Ruli because earlier he was like, oh, she's got a Digimon partner and she's an influencer? How interesting. So when Drakmon is like, no, this one's mine, I get to eat her blood, he's like, oh, bitch, no you don't.
You'll be lucky if you get any blood this time. Just kidding, I'm gonna kill you. Yeah, he's just gone, like...
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, on the one hand,
either.
I think it's cool that he gets off that casually, because this is one of the first villains we saw, and he's nothing compared to what we're seeing now later in the season, because he gets kills off so easily. But on the other hand, I love a good character arc.
True.
And now we don't get that.
True.
At least we got one with Clockmon.
True. And this is also where Vamdemon starts monologuing. I didn't write his entire monologue down. I only wrote down that he thinks humans should be servants. I think that's the gist of it.
Yeah. Let's just fucking say it. He's on his vampire supremacy bullshit.
Yeah. He's like, humans are nothing compared to vampires. I want to turn everyone into vampires. I want to be like the what is it called?
The CEO of humanity.
The ancestor of all, like, vampires. Digimon vampires have made the myths. Like, he kind of brings that up, and I'm like, huh? We still don't know how long Digimon have been around in this universe, so it's like, okay, he could be telling the truth. I don't know. Fuck.
We still don't know where Digimon came from. This is still very much a chicken and the egg situation. Was the human world there first or the Digimon world there first? You know, we don't know that.
I got kind of a different impression. I thought he might have just come over and then found out about vampires and was like, ooh, that's me.
Oh.
That could be it as well.
Yeah, like, most of the Digimon, like, come to the human world knowing absolutely nothing about it, so I can definitely see Vamdemon having, like, read about, you just, like, having read about vampires and just being like, oh, they must be talking about Digimon.
Yeah, that's fair. I was like, he could have also just been, like, straight up lying. Like, I wouldn't put it past him. That's why it was one of those things where I'm like, is he lying? Is he telling the truth? Does he just not know that, like, how long Digimon? Who knows? But, like, either way, he is trying to become the, like, vampire ancestor of everyone and, like, make a vampire empire, and it's something. And he, like, backs really up into a corner, and she, like, hits him with her purse and runs away. Yeah. It's pretty funny, but also, like, I'm glad this happens, because I'm like, okay, she didn't get bitten.
I forget if we mentioned, but this is also where we get, like, the proper reveals of Vamdemon and Matadormon's true forms.
Yeah, I don't know if we actually said they got revealed.
Like they take off their human disguises, yeah.
Matadormon's interesting. Like, not just because I haven't seen him before, but, like, it's just like, is he gonna come back? I guess we'll talk about that towards the end, but it's just interesting.
My main, like, overall impression of Matadormon in the Digimon franchise is that he in Hacker's memory, he is a Digimon born of repressed gay feelings.
Oh, for real? Yeah.
Or at least one that's fucking manipulating someone's repressed gay feelings. I forget which one.
He does give me gayer vibes slightly than Vamdemon, and that's saying something, because Vamdemon does still give me pretty gay vibes.
He does have a funny little ruffled shirt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I can't look at him without thinking of the very shocking reveal in the Digimon game that I played.
I assume Hacker's Memory, right?
Yeah. He's the main villain there as well, and it's like I see him in this episode. I was like, ooh.
He's so spiky.
I know this little fella.
He definitely turned a little gay boy evil. In like a mildly homophobic plotline.
Mildly?
I'm gonna...
Okay, maybe like significantly.
I felt attacked. I go on a date with that boy, and then that happens.
Okay, huge digression, but I fucking got so mad that I literally yelled at my TV when they give you the option to tell you that you love him, and it just turns out your character is joking. I'm so pissed even to this day.
I also chose to say that, and then I got that, and I was like, what the fuck, man? How dare you do this to me?
Digimon is homophobic. This podcast is ending.
Fuck.
He was so sad about it.
I haven't played Hacker's Memory yet. Like, I'm not even that far into, like, the first Cyber Sleuth, but, like...
It is the most extreme bit of queerbaiting, because you genuinely go on a date with this guy.
Yeah.
He wants to see date spots, so he takes you on his date spots. That's a date.
Yeah, God, it's so funny. You is literally like, oh yeah, can we go around and look at all these popular attractions like we're on a date? Haha, just because, I want to scout these areas out for a real date later with a girl.
Wink,
That's
wink.
literally fanfics to me.
Yeah, and then that happens. It's like, that's what I think of when I see Matadormon.
That's so upsetting that you could say that you love it, but you're kidding. That sucks.
It fucking sucks. It's bullshit.
So mean.
Don't do that. Video game makers, Digimon people, don't do this. Stop this. Especially because, that game isn't that old. That happened, I don't know, whatever. I don't know how old it is.
We can only hope the next game is better, but we all know it's not gonna include actual gay people. So let's go back to Matadormon in this episode. Every time I say his name, I just butcher it more and more.
Yeah, me too. I'm like Matador, Matadra, I don't know.
Matt Damon.
Fuck.
I initially misread it as Maitre Demon.
God, he is kind of the waiter, huh?
Yeah.
Maitre Demon. Fuck. He's not even that important in this episode.
No, he's just kind of hanging out. He doesn't do anything.
I'm sorry that I focused on him so hard.
No, it's fine. I think it's... Now I'm prepared, and I won't say that I love him, because I don't want to joke about that.
Yeah.
When I'm playing Hacker's Memory. That sucks.
It's a really good game, except for that.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's weird because, fucking original Cyber Sleuth, has,
The non-binary.
one or two background gay characters that aren't a punchline and has,
The non-binary hacker.
yeah, non-binary hacker.
Rip.
Anyway, let's talk about the show that we're here to review.
Yeah. Let's jump straight in with another Kyoshiro classic, where Jellymon has to push him through a creepy hallway.
Oh yeah,
he doesn't want to go further.
They're just invited in. I don't know if we actually said that part, but they're just invited into the building, and Vamdemont even says that to Ruli. He's like, "Yeah, I invited your friends in because I fucking want them to join us and be fucking special human Digimon partnerships." And he wants to turn Ruli into a vampire to help him rule stuff, and it's a whole thing because she's special because she is a Digimon, and all her friends are special, and but yeah,
and she's really not buying it. So I think when they enter the building, the lights are on, and then all the lights go off, and it's just the elevator and spooky red light that they have to go to. Extremely extra. Absolutely amazing. 10 out of 10 stars.
We see fucking Gamamon vibe detector POV. We see the door that Vamdemon is behind, and it's just emanating funny stink lines.
And Ruli is the absolute best this episode. She makes the best action when this vampire comes close and is like, you'll rule together with me, and she just punches him with her purse.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's funny because Vamdemon doesn't even react to this, but Ruli still fucking runs away. Vamdemon just doesn't even care, and Ruli's like, aha, my chance.
I'm wondering if he just doesn't understand what happened. Is this the first time anyone has taken an action against him?
Yeah, maybe.
Is this when they meet up again?
Yeah, they meet up on the roof. They're all brought up.
Right, because the elevator only goes up, and when she gets to the roof, Angoramon's already there, but he lost the fight.
Yeah, Sanglufmon kind of kicked his ass, unfortunately.
Not so much a good boy now.
No.
No.
Well, he technically he is a good boy because he did what he had to do. But I wish he wasn't.
Yeah.
So here's where we get to see the fucking hilarious Coliseum.
Yeah.
A whole ass Coliseum on the roof, huh?
God, like, how often did they expect to have Digimon fights up here? Is this the first time they've used it? Is this like, oh, we've built this whole fucking Coliseum and finally we got some Digimon in here. All right, let's make an event out of this.
He knew this would happen. He was prepared.
So
And then Hiro and Kyoshiro are now also on the roof. They just appear, I guess, at the same time as
yeah.
Ruli. Vanderman is great at time management. He planned this perfectly. A great party planner. We gotta give him that.
Yeah, true. He's got the fucking candlelit ambiance in presumably every room in the building. He's got the whole Coliseum prepared. Yeah, no, like, say what you will about Vamdemon, he would be, like, a very good event planner. You want this guy at your wedding, you know?
My goth wedding.
And he tries to give another speech. And I'm thankful for Gamamon, because Gamamon says, fuck that speech, and just yells bad vibes.
He's like, fuck you. Fuck you and all you stand for.
Gamamon runs in, tries to do a break claw on this fool. It just gets casually smacked aside. So then he evolves to Battle Gamamon and tries again.
With the help of Tesla Jellymon this time.
Poor Angoromon's just like sitting out.
Can we... No, can we say what Tesla Jellymon does, though?
Oh, yeah.
So mean.
It's so mean.
She narrates it as well. What did she say? I didn't write that down.
She, like, kicks Angoromon out of the way so that he doesn't get, like, more hurt. And he just, like, lands with the kids. But it's just very funny that he, like, punts him like a fucking football or something.
Yeah,
she kicks him like a soccer ball. She didn't have to do that.
She didn't have to do that. But she did have to do that, is the thing.
Yeah. She says something about spiking him.
Oh, no.
It's because she knew you would be our guest this episode. Anyway, this is your fault.
I accept this.
Tesla Jellymon immediately faces Karma. When Vamdemon just casually, once again, beats both of them. This does nothing to him. He doesn't even... It's like he doesn't even register their attacks. It's so rude. Yeah. He could at least pretend to be a little hurt.
No, he couldn't.
Yeah, they both flank him and try to, catch him from both sides, but he just turns into bats and smacks them both away.
And then he does a thing to Bessel Gamamon, because Jellymon is now already KO on the side.
Yeah, and I'm like very suspicious about the way that he and Matadormon are talking about Betel Gamamon, because they're like, oh, this one is interesting.
They know.
Well, they're clear, like, they can somehow, like, I don't know if they, like, somehow can tell that Gulus is in there or something. I just kind of assumed he could tell.
Like, later on, Vamdemon even asks, like, what are you? And I'm like, okay, what do you mean by that? I feel like we've even heard this question, like, maybe from Clockmon or someone earlier.
Yeah,
like,
Clockmon is like, what the hell are you, when he sees what Gamamon could be.
Yeah, what do they know about Gamamon?
Because at a certain point in this fight, Battle Gamamon's eyes go a bit funky.
Ooh, yeah, we're not there, but yeah, that sure does happen.
I really thought this was going to be another one of those episodes. I really thought we were going to get Gulus Gamamon.
Yeah.
A bat flies up to Battle Gamamon and does, put some funny little, code on him, and apparently this is a virus that makes Hero feel all the pain that Betelgeumamon does, because Vamdemon is smacking around Betelgeumamon, and Hero is feeling it. He is in really bad shape. Like, after only a few hits, he is like on the ground, like, clutching himself in pain.
Yeah,
He's having a bad time.
This turned into a Yamino game.
Yeah, it sure fucking did.
God.
I hate to see it, by the way. Like, I love to see it, but I hate to see it. Because Hero is in pain, and Battlegamamon is like, oh no, Hero, and Hero's like, no, keep going, and I love that. I live for that. These partnerships are killing me.
Yeah, and for a couple reasons, this reminds me of, like, I think this is specifically calling back to episode 14 of Tamers, where we get the first Megalograumon episode, because, like, that's also the first episode where Takato starts to feel like Graumon's pain, which is like a recurring thing for like all the perfect level evolutions in that series. Like, yeah, and Takato kind of goes into the soup a little bit with Graumon. And yeah, so it definitely feels like it's calling back to that, especially with like this being a fight on top of a building and being like the first perfect level evolution. So yeah, it's parallels.
One day I will have seen all of Digimon and I will be able to nod when you say these things.
Olivia, watch Tamers. It's so fucking good.
I know.
You saw how gay it is.
I know. I really need to watch it.
Look, I just want to read a quote after the next bit.
Okay. So yeah, Betelgeumamon is like, just caught in like this stream of bats. He's getting real messed up, and then he starts to get this fucking spooky eyes that we see whenever we're about to get a Ghost Gamamon evolution. His eyes turn completely black, and it's like, oh no, we're fucked. But then Hero says, no, we're gonna get through this together. You don't have to become sicko this time.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Betelgeumamon yells together. Oh, amazing.
Yeah. They're gonna be together forever. It rules.
They're so good. These are brothers. They're brothers. I love them.
The brothers. They don't have to fight each other.
And then, folks, we get a new evolution sequence. It's
Fucking
perfect
cool.
level, baby. It's fucking it's fucking Keno Weissmon. He's a big fucking dragon with like a red and white design with blue highlights. He looks sick as fuck. He does look like a Yu-Gi-Oh card, which rules.
Kano Weissmon. I don't know how to pronounce it for some reason. I was like, Kano Weissmon? I don't know. I know it's a Weiss, because it's German.
You got it.
Okay.
This design does look extremely sick, I gotta say.
It's so cool.
It's amazing.
Good ass dragon.
What's gayer? Being gay or letting your tamer suddenly influence your evolution path and taking on new physical forms that are informed by your mutual trust and friendship.
Is that literally...
How did you line that up?
Wow. That's literally what I said last episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Listen, Digimon is inherently gay. This is my mission, is to make this known throughout the world.
Yeah. It's a good mission.
Oh, it gets better at the end, too.
Hero and Gamamon aren't gay though. They're brothers. This is just bros. This is when you let a family member, influence your physical form through your, trust and mutual friendship. It's different. it's not romantic, but it's still gay.
Yeah.
You know, gay in a platonic sense.
100%.
Yeah, so we got a big fucking dragon now. He does a cool dragon move, called Dragonia, where he just flies at, Vamdemon really fast.
Listen, it's a big dragon. It flies fast. It doesn't need any fancy moves.
Yeah.
True.
I love it.
But he still calls it out.
Yeah.
'Cause you gotta, you know?
And the skills the Vamdemon or not, I'm not sure if Vamdemon he turns into bats.
Vamdemon fucking catches the dragon, which is kind of ridiculous, but, you know, he's struggling with it. He can't, you know, hold it back forever, so then he turns into a cloud of bats in order to get away, and I'm pretty sure they specifically call out, like, he doesn't get destroyed, he just turns into a bat.
This one might come back, or he might be someone else's servant and die in 3 seconds in another episode.
Yeah, what if like 20 episodes down the line we get a fucking Belial Vamdemon who
He has to sit on a chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he flees, so all the vampire ladies turn back into normal people.
Yeah, because all the bats are flying away to reconvene, like, the bats, you know, fly away from the women, and apparently, like, in addition to doing disguises, the bats are apparently, like, what's keeping the people keeping the influencers, like, vampirized and under Vamdemon's control, because once those go away, they're just normal again.
Yeah, this virus needs to, like, have a constant link back to a bat, I guess. Which is very convenient for the episode.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the episode. Then we get the closing line from Angoramon, which is, an empire without morals is like a house of cards. It can easily be knocked down by a single ant.
One thing happens before that.
Oh yeah, what?
Ruli calls Kano Weissmon beautiful, and it just so happens to be in the moonlight.
That's fucking true.
This is just Tamer's 18 again.
It's Tamer's 14 and Tamer's 18. They took 2 Tamers and put them together.
If I saw Canon Weissman, I would also just stand there and say, wow, beautiful.
Yeah. He's a big, shiny, glowy dragon. Like, yeah. I would also. I'm not immune.
I am not immune to this glowy dragon.
Named after Canopus, the second brightest star in the sky.
Oh.
Ooh.
I guess that makes sense with all the other star names. I was like, oh, no, he doesn't have Gamamon in his name anymore.
And, should we talk about the, particular instance of, or particular aspect of Keno Weissmon's design that I, posted about in spoiler chat?
I can say something more cursed, so go ahead.
He kind of got a big dragon dick.
I didn't notice it until you pointed it out, and now I can't unsee it.
Yeah, that's how I was too. I was like, wait, I didn't notice somehow.
He kind of got, like, an armor plate down there, and the way it's shaped, does... It just kind of looks like that, you know?
You gotta wonder, did they know?
His head looks like the Bad Dragon logo.
I guess.
I wouldn't be able to say that because I don't know what that looks like, and now I want to look it up, but it's not the worst if I look it up. Like, the worst thing is that I'm gonna see the products, which is fine, really. Let me just Google what the logo is.
Yeah, you know what the products are.
I know what the products are. It immediately added logo as if Google knew that I would never just casually look up this company.
I mean, that's why he has the little strap around his jaw to cover up the BD on the side.
Yeah, you're right. You're sort of right.
Wow. I can't believe Bandai has done this.
Yeah, the logo is an absolute safe search. There's nothing cursed on here. Let's close that tab, just in case.
Yeah. They really said that this episode is for the vampire fuckers, and then they fucking swerve at the last minute, and they're like, "Psych, this one's for the dragon fuckers."
I don't remember who it was in the spoiler chat. Might have even been Spike who said it, but that we couldn't see the sleeve anymore, like the blue piece of cloth.
Yeah.
No, that was someone else. I've been focusing on the symmetry versus asymmetry thing.
Right. I try to remember things, but I'm so bad at it. But, like, I thought it was interesting, because I also, like, on my second rewatch, I really looked at Weissman, which was a struggle, of course. Hated having to look at him again, so up close. But he's
beautiful.
He's absolutely beautiful. I would do it again. I'll watch it again just to see if I can find the blue cloth. Definitely. Just keep watching until I find it. Because I couldn't really see it anywhere.
Yeah. So I have a crackpot theory about Kano Weissman.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
So he has the same markings as Gulus Gamamon. Which is the only one that's symmetrical and doesn't have the little armband.
True.
But my crackpot theory is that this is actually our dark evolution.
Really?
Interesting.
That this is what we got because Gamamon was gonna go Gulus Gamamon on purpose. And Hero imposed his will and said, no, I want big Gamamon with that's as powerful as Gulus Gamamon. So I think this is what we get if there's too much Hero in the mix.
Oh.
Interesting.
That's interesting. I think that there's going to be another evil evolution. Like, maybe, like, I don't know about that, but I have a feeling there's going to be another ultimate or perfect level that's going to be evil. Or, like, it could be...
I'm not expecting to be right.
Yeah.
I do like the theory.
It's an interesting theory. I don't think I can go with you on it. Sorry.
Yeah. It's definitely, yeah, I don't get, like, evil vibes from Kano Weissman. He didn't immediately try to kill anyone or say anything like,
I think he's too good in some way. He's like, he's almost like...
Oh, I was gonna say, that's just what I meant, was, like, he is too much of a paladin and, like, gullible good guy. Not that he's evil, he's the inverse of it.
Okay.
Right. And so we should be looking out for, like, the middle, when both Gamamon and Hero bring in an equal amount to the evolution.
Yeah, I think I can go with that because, like, yeah, it's interesting because, like, you know, we've got this evolution that seemingly goes beyond Gulus Gamamon, but, you know, like, we still really haven't resolved anything with the whole Gulus Gamamon plot thread, so it's like, it definitely still seems like Gulus Gamamon is gonna come back in some capacity, and, like, we fucking know that Gulus Gamamon is, like, biding his time for something, you know, based on episode 21.
I still want Hero to go completely off the rails and then go evil together with Gulus Gamamon. I would still love to see that. That's what I'm rooting for. I'm very sorry, everyone.
Hero go sicko mode?
I would love to see that.
Same.
Yeah, I do feel like we have to see Hero getting, like, angry at some point, because he's been so nice. You know he's got to get tired of being nice at some point.
Don't you ever just want to stop being nice?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't you want to go ape shit?
Yeah. A good episode. A really good episode.
Yeah. I do have, like, a bit of a problem with, like, the structure of the episode, I do gotta say. Like, even though the evolution was, like, hype as fuck, I do kind of feel like the whole tension of Ruli being stuck alone in a building with vampires kind of, like, just evaporates, like once we get to the point where they're all on the roof and in a big monster fight.
It feels almost like Ruli was supposed to get the evolution.
Yeah, that's definitely where I felt like it was going, you know? And then Angoromon just kind of gets his ass kicked and doesn't do anything for the rest of the episode. I thought this was going to be a more Ruli-focused one.
This is redeemable if the others get a similar evolution also in an episode that is focused on someone else and we get like a whole protecting other people vibe. I don't think they're gonna do that. I think they just really wanted to start off with Gamamon for that.
Yeah, like I said, while I liked the evolution itself, it does sort of feel to me like the beginning of this episode and the end of this episode don't quite go together, you know?
Yeah. They wrote it and then at the end realized, oh no, we have to introduce Ken and Weissman.
Oh no, it's episode 25. It's time for Kenno Weissman evolution.
Oh, we fucked up.
It might be because of the hack, and they maybe even literally just combined 2 episodes.
Huh.
I don't know how long in advance the episodes get made. So I really don't know how close those deadlines are.
Well, they did have deadlines that they had to get Kano Weissman in the anime because they're releasing merch.
You've got a really good point there.
Mm-hmm.
True. I don't know. I think that still sounds maybe a little far-fetched to me. I know, like, the production timeline on, like, an episode of anything animated has to be pretty long because, you know, you have all these steps of, like, you know, writing, storyboarding, like, animatics, animation, coloring, like, all that stuff. So that takes a while. I don't think they could make a change like that, like, so last minute, even with, like, the month and a half of hiatus time. But yeah, it maybe does feel like they were, like, facing some kind of, like, you know, Bandai mandate with that, and yeah, maybe it maybe feels like I don't know that I necessarily feel like that they revealed Kenno Weissman like too early because it has been a while without like a new evolution episode, but it does maybe feel like this wasn't like the ideal episode for it, you know? At least in terms of like the plot we had.
Yeah, if you compare the beginning to the ending of the episode, it's a completely different episode.
Yeah, for sure.
I hadn't noticed it until you said it, but you're right. You're really right.
Yeah, fortunately, the next episode feels like a lot more coherent, though. It definitely feels like,
I haven't seen the last 6 minutes yet because of... I had to leave really suddenly, and I've seen... I think I know what's gonna happen, but I don't know, so... I don't...
Yeah, like... From the beginning of that episode, you kinda almost know what the ending is gonna be, and, you know, even though...
I don't want that.
It's just like, you know, for that reason, it creates just like such a good sense of dread where you're like, I kind of know what's gonna happen and I don't want to see it.
Yeah, so I'll be seeing that. I don't have time tomorrow either. I'll be seeing that on Tuesday. Oh, that's such a long time. 6 minutes. Maybe I should just download it and watch it in my break at work.
I'm excited to watch the next episode. It's kind of a banger. Yeah. Or did I say watch? I meant talk about.
I haven't watched
both.
Both. I kind of have a feeling about what happens, but you know, I haven't finished. Yeah. Any
last thoughts on 25?
There's a really good scene where Kyosho is carrying Jellymon. And I'll be holding that scene in my arms as I try to sleep tonight, because it was really good.
Yeah.
But that's all. I think we said everything about the episode.
Spike, did you mention having a voice actor trivia?
Oh, well, I can tell y'all the couple things that just kind of grabbed my attention about the guy who played Vampdramon.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So that is Toshiyuki Morikawa, who is a professional voice actor, singer, and just general sexy man.
Ooh.
So I picked a few roles that spoke to me. He is Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
Okay. Oh, video games and anime?
Yeah, Yoshikaga Kira from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
I don't know JoJo, but okay.
Leon S. Kennedy from the Resident Evils.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
The big one for most people, Sephiroth.
Okay.
Still know none of these. Oh no.
You don't know Sephiroth?
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I just, even if I'm like, well, even if people don't play like Final Fantasy, I feel like he's just like the Final Fantasy guy, other than Cloud.
I feel like I know the name, but I genuinely couldn't link it to a fan or a media property.
No, it's okay. I mean, people make fun of me for not knowing JoJo stuff, so.
Okay, you know what? I have an idea. Elvir, why don't you Google Final Fantasy VII Sephiroth and just describe this character to us?
Oh, boy.
Please.
Fantasy Sephiroth. Is that BH? Yeah, Sephiroth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I have seen this guy.
Yeah.
I have
Smash.
seen this guy. He is in Smash.
Yes, he's in Smash, that's right.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot his name. One of the first evil guys in Yu-Gi-Oh! With the eye. Oh, what do you call it? Pegasus.
He does kind of have a Pegasus haircut.
He has a Pegasus haircut.
He kind of does.
He is showing me a little bit of chest, which I appreciate in a character.
True.
He's got the leather coat. He's got weird shoulder guards for some reason. He's giving me bedroom eyes.
He sure is.
I feel very intimidated by this man.
Man question mark is a good way of describing Sephiroth. You're like, you're non-binary.
Is this man wearing a corset underneath his
I'm
leather
sure.
coat? I'm zooming in and I'm
Probably
seeing
so.
a corset. What a character.
Great design.
So I can maybe make it better or worse, depending on your tastes.
Uh-huh.
He's the official voice of several American actors, such as Tom Cruise, Ewan McGregor,
Okay.
Keanu Reeves,
Okay.
and Brendan Fraser.
Damn.
All right.
Amazing.
He's Obi-Wan Kenobi and John Wick?
Damn.
Yes.
Wow.
This motherfucker's in so much.
An icon.
I'm saving two for the end, but he's also just a returning voice from Digimon Adventure 02.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice.
But then the two that I thought were especially funny was he is Tom Paris in the dub of Star Trek Voyager,
Oh my god.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah.
and Nick Wilde in Zootopia.
Wow. Wow. Okay. They really catered to the furries on that one. They were really like, we got to get a sexy voice for this fox.
You know,
Jesus.
this may be why Zootopia is absolutely huge in Japan.
Yeah, I could see why. Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
Oh, the urge to watch Zootopia in Japanese now.
I'm so glad that I have all this information now.
Time to watch the sub of no, the sub would be the English one, but I do like the idea of just watching it in Japanese but with subtitles over top.
I think Zootopia is better if you don't have the dialogue.
Yeah, just look at all the cool animals.
Yeah, just
you
don't think
know.
about the plot line.
Don't think about the cops, yeah.
Don't think about
Yeah.
the cops.
So true.
amazing trivia. This was so good.
Glad to please.
Thank you for the Beyond Toon world.
Yeah.
Like he has probably a couple hundred other roles too.
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
Man's gotta pay rent by talking in a sexy voice as a furry character.
I mean, yeah, if you're a voice actor that's been around since like the 90s, early 2000s, like it seems like most of them have just like a list of credits as long as your arm, you know.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
All right, does that about do it for this episode?
I think so.
All right. What are everyone's plugs? Spike, you can go first, even if you don't have anything.
I have no plugs because I have no social media.
Hell yeah, that's so powerful.
That's so powerful.
That's truly living the best life. I'm not. I have one plug, and it's Twitter, which is @ereviru.
I'm Morg. You can find me at Haunting the Morg on Twitter. That's Haunting the MORG. You can also find me on my other podcasts. Departure Lounge exists, but my active ones are Forward Read Zero, a Read Zero Watch podcast, and the Sonic Shuffle, a random and holistic Sonic lore podcast.
I'm Emery. I'm on for Affinity. My username is Space Robot. I keep saying I'm gonna post the art I've drawn to my Fur Affinity, but then I don't do it, so I don't know. You can go there anyway. It's still got a lot of stuff on it. I am also available for commissions. If you want to email me about that, it's spacerobotsart@gmail.com, or just hit me up on Discord. I'm there too. So also, I'm on a podcast called Gonewell Hunting. Once again, I keep saying those episodes are going to get edited and posted eventually. One of these days, we're working on it. We'll get there. I believe in us. And once we've made some progress on that, we're also going to be working on a new show called We Rate Queerbait. So look forward to that. So we, as a collective podcast, are on Twitter at DigiGhostGaze, and we're on Discord, where you can, come on in, say hi, talk about Digimon, watch some Digimon on our Digimondays streams hosted by Teddy. Just fucking hang out. Sometimes I go on voice chat and draw some funny little comics. Been trying to do that regularly on Fridays now, so yeah, come just come hang out. It's a neat place, that Discord. So also, this is a noisespace.xyz podcast. You can go to noisespace.xyz and find a plethora of really rad shows by great creators. Since we're not running over time this week, let's shout out some Noise Space shows. I know 0 to 0 is covering Watchmen now. They're not just doing DCEU. They're doing more Zack Snyder films. So
for whatever
that's yeah. Those episodes have been fun. They don't like the movie, so they've just been talking about a bunch of random bullshit.
It's interesting
instead of talking about the movie,
because they like the concept, because they like the comics, but they're like, the movie has problems and I don't love it. And I'm like, that's fair. I also listen to 0 to 0 and I like it, so I guess that's a.
I love the concept of Martha Manhunter.
Oh yeah, of course. Martha Manhunter. At first I was like, I don't know, and then I was like, this is going on for too long, but then it came around again, because it went on for so long, and I was like, I like it again, and it's funny. That's what happens with jokes. If you keep getting, like, punched in the face with it, you're like, yeah, it's funny now.
Yeah, if committing to a bit doesn't work, then just overcommit to it. That's what I always say.
Yeah.
I don't always say that.
You should.
I listen to Special Grade Snacks, I think. That's a noise space.
Yeah.
One about Jujutsu Kaisen. That was fun.
One of the hosts is also on Forward 3-0 with me.
Oh, same Sarah.
Yeah, same Sarah. There are multiple Sarahs on Noise Space, to be fair.
There were only on Noise Space. Everywhere else, it's the same Sarah.
It's the same Sarah.
Yeah. I can't. Damn, I can't believe we got the two Sarahs.
The only two Sarahs that exist. Fuck. The only ones. Ugh.
All right. I think that's about it for this week then. So until next time, all you poltergeist, ghouls, and non-boonaries,
Digimon explore the game.
goodbye, darlings.
Bye.